Caught on camera moments that changed lives in an instant. What you're about to see is insane. These are 10 of the most shocking factory accidents ever recorded on CCTV, and before we start, a serious trigger warning: some of this footage is extremely graphic, and viewer discretion is absolutely advised. We've analyzed hundreds of hours of surveillance video to find the most unbelievable clips, and today, we're breaking down exactly what went wrong in each one. This isn't just about watching disasters. It's about understanding them so they never happen again. We're going to show you the exact moment things go horribly wrong, and you won't believe how fast it happens. For every single one of these 10 insane clips, we're going to pause the footage, break down the physics and the mechanics of what caused the accident, and explain the one simple safety rule that could have prevented it all. We're talking about everything from giant crane collapses, explosive chemical fires, and machines that can trap a person in less than a second. These aren't stunts, these are real people, real jobs, and real life-altering consequences. We've brought in safety experts to review every second of this footage to give you the most accurate breakdown possible. This video could literally save a life. The lessons here are that important. So if you want to see more of these insane investigative breakdowns, you have to subscribe to the channel right now. Alright, coming in at number 10, we have one of the most common but terrifying types of factory accidents: a conveyor belt entanglement. Watch this worker right here. He's standing next to a massive, fast-moving conveyor system, probably doing some routine maintenance or clearing a small jam. But look closer at his left sleeve. It's loose, dangling just inches from the belt. Now, watch this exact moment. Slow motion. The sleeve, just for a fraction of a second, makes contact with the moving belt. It's a tiny snag, but that's all it takes. In less than a second, he's pulled off his feet and onto the conveyor, slammed against the frame. But every millisecond counts. Key takeaway: machine guarding. Key takeaway: proper PPE. Next up, at number 9, is something straight out of an action movie, but it's terrifyingly real. We're talking about a massive crane collapse. On the screen now, a huge mobile crane attempting to lift a heavy load. It looks like a giant concrete slab. Pay close attention to the base. You can see the outriggers start to lift slightly on one side. Cranes are engineered to be perfectly balanced, but that balance depends on load, boom angle, ground stability, and even wind. Workers are in the fall zone, and then it happens. In one horrifying moment, the balance is lost completely. The crane tips. The massive steel boom comes crashing down. Workers scatter as debris rains. The lesson is planning and respecting limits. A qualified lift plan, ground checks, and a hard exclusion zone. Proper rigging. Trained, certified operators with authority to stop the job. At number 8, we have one of the most common causes of workplace injuries: the forklift collision. This CCTV footage comes from a busy warehouse. Towering racks create a massive blind corner. The forklift is moving way too fast for these conditions. The pedestrian is focused on a task, not watching. They step into the intersection at the exact moment the forklift arrives. Moment of impact. Slow motion. The force is brutal. Aftermath shows damage and a victim on the floor. Preventing this means predictable environments, marked walkways, mirrors, and strict slow and honk rules. Training is everything. Train forklift operators, train pedestrians. This wasn't an accident, it was the predictable result of a system that let speed override safety. This next one, at number 7, is pure chaos. Workers transfer a volatile chemical. Vapors can ignite with just a tiny spark. The area seems cluttered, and PPE is incomplete. A surge or loose connection. The hose whips out, spraying chemical everywhere. A thick invisible vapor cloud fills the air. The real threat. It could be an electrical spark, a hot surface, or even static. The instant the vapor finds a spark, the entire room erupts. The fire spreads rapidly along the spill. Prevent with designated ventilated storage, bonding and grounding for transfers, ready spill kits, training, and FR clothing with proper respirators. Coming in at number 6 is one of the most gruesome types of industrial accidents: a press machine amputation. The press opens, part in, press closes, monotonous and dangerous. A piece jams. Trying to keep production moving, he reaches into the point of operation. He assumes it's idle, but sensors fail, circuits short, or a pedal gets pressed. In a fraction of a second the machine cycles. There is no time to pull back. This tragedy is prevented by lockout, tagout. Isolate electrical, hydraulic, pneumatic, lock, tag, and verify zero energy. Interlocks and guarding add layers of protection. Reaching into a live machine is a gamble you can never win. At number 5, we have something that turns a factory into a war zone in an instant. A boiler explosion, a high-pressure vessel, safe when maintained, catastrophic when not. A failed relief valve, scale hotspots, or corroded metal can doom the tank. Pressure builds beyond design limits, then, detonation. A shockwave rips through the air, tons of steel launch like missiles. The lesson is non-negotiable. Maintenance, inspections, certified testing. Relief valves must open at the right pressure. Levels and gauges must be monitored. Not a freak accident. A failure to respect stored energy. This clip at number 4 is short, but it's incredibly difficult to watch. Automation creates countless pinch points, places a person can be trapped. He leans in for a minor adjustment. Robots don't have eyes. They don't know he's there. A programmed arm swings and traps him between the arm and the frame. The machine doesn't stop. It follows code. Safety takeaway. Guarding, interlocked access, light curtains that shut systems down. If you must go inside the line, you lock out, tag out. You never, ever enter the operational space of a live automated system. At number 3, we're back in the warehouse for a disaster of epic proportions. A full-scale rack collapse, a light bump to an upright frame. Already damaged or overloaded racking turns a small impact into catastrophe. Frames buckle, loads transfer. A domino effect with terrifying speed. The failure jumps aisles. Tons of products slam into concrete. Racking must be engineered, installed, maintained, and inspected. Post and respect load labels. Replace struck uprights. Train operators to report all impacts, no matter how minor. That small unreported bump could trigger next week's total collapse. Number 2 is a fire that starts from something welders see every single day. Sparks. Poor housekeeping turns normal sparks into a ticking time bomb. A single spark smolders, then ignites. Within a minute, a tiny flame is out of control. One extinguisher won't stop it. Smoke traps workers. Hot work management. Inspect the area. Clear combustibles 35 feet, or cover with fire blankets. Post a fire watch during and 30 minutes after, with an extinguisher. Good housekeeping is life or death fire prevention. And the number 1 most unforgettable factory disaster is another case of entanglement, even more violent. A jam has occurred, a worker hurries to clear it. He fails to perform, lockout, chew, tag out. Fatal mistake, no lockout, tag out. He thinks the stopped line is safe, trusting sensors and code that can fail. Someone clears a fault and the master control restarts the line. The rollers spin up, a glove catches, his hand, then his arm, is pulled in. He's yanked off his feet and slammed into the machine. Co-workers rush the e-stop. Machine guarding is your first line. Lockout, tagout is the last foolproof guarantee it won't move. Before clearing any jam, doing maintenance, or placing any part of your body where it could be caught, isolate and lock out all energy sources. Isolate, lock, tag, verify. These 10 disasters all have one thing in common. They were preventable. So there you have it, 10 shocking accidents that prove just how dangerous the industrial world can be. But the most important thing to remember is that every single one of these tragedies was preventable. It almost always comes down to a handful of basic golden rules. Number 1, lockout, tag out, de-energize it and lock it out. Number 2, machine guarding. If it moves, guard it. Number 3, training and planning. Be trained and have a plan. And finally, PPE and housekeeping. Wear the right gear, keep it clean. Lockout, tag out, machine guarding, training, PPE. These rules are the difference between going home and becoming a statistic. Safety is not someone else's job, it's yours. We spent a crazy amount of time researching and breaking down this footage because understanding failures prevents future ones. If you found this useful, hit like and subscribe right now. We have even more insane breakdowns coming that you won't want to miss. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe on the job.